Hey there, students! Welcome back to my channel. Are you tired of stressing out over exams? Like, seriously, does anyone actually cramming for hours on end? I mean, I'd rather be doing literally anything else, watching paint dry, trying to make friendship bracelets out of paper clips, you name it. And the worst part? You can spend ages studying and still end up with the same grade as your friend who, like, glanced at the textbook once. Ugh, it's the worst. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if you could actually, enjoy your life, ace your exams? This video is all about how to dedicate just 20% of your time studying and still score those top grades. Let's get started. Okay, so tip number one is gonna sound kind of preachy, but just hear me out. Ditch the sugar. I know, sugar is basically life. But trust me, when it comes to studying, sugar is your worst enemy. It's like that friend who seems fun at first, but then just ends up making you feel all jittery and anxious. Sugar can totally mess with your brain power, making it like a million times harder to focus. It's like trying to study while riding a roller coaster, not exactly a recipe for success. So instead of reaching for that candy bar or soda, try some brain-boosting snacks instead. Think nuts, fruits, veggies, the stuff your mom always tells you to eat. Tip number two is all about getting your head in the game. It's about changing your mindset from, I'm gonna fail this exam, to I'm gonna rock this exam. Because seriously, your thoughts have way more power than you realize. It's like if you keep telling yourself you're gonna fail, you're basically setting yourself up for failure. But if you start believing in yourself and your abilities, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. So ditch the negative self-talk and start feeding your brain some positive affirmations. Instead of being like, this is too hard, try saying, I got this, I can totally crush this exam. Okay, so this next tip is a total game changer. It's called the Pomodoro technique, and it's basically a fancy way of saying work smarter, not harder. The idea is to set a timer for a short burst of focused work, like 25 minutes, and then take a short break when the timer goes off. It's like interval training for your brain. This method is seriously amazing because it keeps you from getting burned out. We've all been there, right? Staring at the same page for hours on end, feeling like our brains are melting. The Pomodoro technique helps you avoid that whole mess. Chapter 4. Tip number 4 is all about working smarter, not harder. It's about prioritizing your study time and focusing on the stuff that's actually going to make a difference on your exam. Don't waste your time on tiny, insignificant details that your professor probably won't even ask about. Instead, focus on the big picture stuff. Use the 80-20 rule. Figure out which 20% of the material will get you 80% of the results. Talk to upperclassmen, check out old exams, and get the inside scoop on what's actually important. Chapter 5. Study the answers, not just the questions. Okay, this next tip might sound a little counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. Instead of just reading through your notes and trying to memorize everything, start by looking at the answers. Yeah, you heard me right. Look at past exams, practice problems, or even just the answer key in your textbook. By seeing the answers first, you'll get a better understanding of what the professor is looking for and how they structure their questions. It's like having a sneak peek at the test before you even take it. Chapter 6. Conquer your weaknesses. Okay, this next tip is all about facing your fears. I know it's tempting to just focus on the topics you're already good at, but trust me, that's not doing you any favors. To really excel, you gotta get real with yourself and identify your weaknesses. What are the topics that make you want to chuck your textbook across the room? Those are the ones you need to focus on. I know it's not as fun as breezing through the stuff you already know, but remember, growth happens when you challenge yourself. Chapter 7. Unleash the power of AI. And finally, tip number 7 is all about using technology to your advantage. We live in the age of AI, people. There are so many incredible tools out there that can make your study life a million times easier. Think Meta AI, ChatGPT. These things are basically like having a personal tutor on speed dial. You can ask them any question, get instant explanations, and even practice problems until your brain is fried, in a good way, of course. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something valuable to help you totally crush your next exam. Remember, it's all about staying focused, being productive, and using the right tools to set yourself up for success. And hey, if you can have a little fun along the way, even better. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more study tips, life hacks, and random shenanigans. Until next time, peace out.